Hi, my name is Marwan Bunni. I was born in Homs, which is in the northern part of Syria, and I was born on October 13th, 1990. So it began on the 15th of March 2011. Basically what happened is people in Syria, in my city of Homs, they began a movement, a peaceful movement to protest the country's current environmental and political situation. So what happened was the government, the Assad regime, basically responded violently to the protests, and they followed a policy of spreading fear. So what they did was they shot at the protesters, they used their weapons, live ammunition, and they spread fear by trying to divide the people into sects. What happened is those peaceful uprisings eventually turned into full-blown civil war. Its impact on the community was it broke the community apart. Basically, in the city of Homs, my hometown, there's not a single building left standing. Everything is turned to rubble now. All the buildings have been destroyed. The government purposely targeted civilians to, like I said, spread fear. There's over 2.5 million refugees now in outside of Syria. They're in Turkey, in Jordan, Lebanon, and Iraq, a whole 2.5 million. And the impact was also that the community now is divided. You have people fighting on both sides. They're both committing crimes against humanity. They both are hurting my countrymen and my family. Its impact on me personally and my family was, of course, me and my dad, we lost our jobs. Our shops were destroyed. Besides, there was no life in the city anymore. There was a shortage of food. There was no water, no electricity, no bare minimum for a standard of living. So, of course, we had to relocate like most of the people. We were lucky enough to have relatives in Dubai, and we moved there. So we've technically become refugees, and our cousins and our extended family we've also helped them come to Dubai so that they can avoid the conflict and the horrors of the conflict. So we basically became a diaspora. That's its impact on our family. We handled the conflict by sticking together, by trying to close the divide initially, but when there was no hope of that anymore, we made sure that we fled. We kept each other safe. Once we got to Dubai, we made attempts, and we successfully helped sending donations and charity back to some of the people in Syria. We're helping raising awareness to hopefully see an end to the conflict. Well, the conflict isn't over yet for me because the conflict in Syria isn't over yet, and unfortunately nobody sees an end to the conflict at the moment. No side is winning, no side is losing. They're both just perpetually killing each other. And of course that conflict, that kind of a civil war, will definitely leave scars in the future, and the Syrians as a nation, they'll have to deal with. They'll have to find some sort of forgiveness, hopefully, for the conflict to be over. Also, the conflict would be over if outside countries would stop meddling, because basically what's happening in Syria is like a civil war played with different outside countries influencing the factions in the war. So that's what would end the conflict for me.